Guess who's got a package? It's me! Hey you guys, how's it going? So this is the package I was showing around, and yes, they are those paints that have been everywhere throughout the artist community, and I mean everywhere. So I'm a little late to the game, but whatever. You'll probably notice that 2 pods are out of place, and they came like that, but they were easily fixed and none of the paint was broken, which was really great, because I've had paint come in that was broken before and I was really disappointed. I decided to do something magical with the gold paint, something other than jewelry, because I have seen jewelry before and I've also seen smoke. Since I've never used these paints before, I wanted to test them, see how they work on pen ink and watercolor. Once my tests were complete, I did start sketching. My pre-sketches were done off of camera, but I wanted to show them to you here. Actually, I went live for a little bit of me sketching this idea, and I'm not sure if that's going to be a regular thing or not. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to sit with me while I go live on my Instagram and draw. Everything that I use in this illustration, from paper to eraser, will be included in my description down below and on my WordPress, in case for some reason you don't want to read the description or you happen to just be going through blogs and you happen to stumble upon mine. I will have all of the materials used in both places with links on where you can get said things. So my thought for my illustration was that I wanted to draw myself in my Hogwarts house, and you can't see it yet because I haven't put the colors in, but I'll go ahead and spoil it. I'm a Ravenclaw. Yes, I am a Ravenclaw, if that says anything about my character. Do I have any fellow Ravenclaws out there that are watching my channel? If I wasn't a Ravenclaw, I might be what most people in my family or immediate friends group are, which is Slytherin. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I haven't read or seen anything about creating monsters in a potions cauldron before in anything I've read relative close to Harry Potter, but I thought, it's magic, how could it not happen? So this is me accidentally creating this one-eyed flying creature, which when I start coloring him, he might remind you of what he reminds me of, which is the Digimon Patamon. And that was completely unintentional, let me tell you. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't even realize it until I started doing my voiceover, and then I was like, huh, that reminds me of Patamon, except he doesn't have blue eyes like Patamon. So of course my inking is sped up like most artists that you see doing illustrations, but let me tell you how much this is sped up. I recorded about an hour's worth of footage, and through the hour's worth of footage I had to, of course, continually charge my camera, so I would have to undo it, restart filming, my SD card would fill up, I would have to transfer files to my computer, start all over with my illustration again, well, not start all over, but start filming all over. And during that whole process, I managed to accumulate about an hour's worth of footage, and I had to speed that up. It's at 4 now, so it's times 4. I ink so slow, but it's just because I wanted to get it correct for you guys. I did sign my name before I was finished, and that's because I feel like my ink pens work better once I put them down first and then watercolor over them. I feel like they don't work as well if I were to put the watercolor down and then my pen. And when I started painting the skin, it actually started to get dark outside. So in a second here, I'll turn on my overhead light and you'll see that the skin tone was actually really light. So again, I had to layer, just like I had to layer the hair and the jacket, which makes sense because you know, you layer in watercolor often. But yeah, the skin was lighter once I turned on my overhead. I guess that's, see, that, yep, there it is. I guess that's what happens when you start filming in the afternoon and it runs into the evening. You start to lose actual natural light, and then when you use the overhead light, which is closer, you're like, this looks a little yellow. Artificial light makes, depending on the light bulb, makes a lot of your work, whether that be photography or your art, have like a yellow or red hue to it. And often people have to change that in Photoshop and put some blues and greens in there, which I can't do because I'm using Microsoft Movie Maker. I do have Adobe things like for in the collection because of my school, but anything with video editing advanced, I know nothing about. So just like how I had to layer my skin, I also had to layer my hair, because the color I put down first is actually not my hair color. My hair color is almost about an ash brown. Yes, that is a color, but basically my hair is really dark. And so the color that I put down before, way too freaking light. Do you guys enjoy seeing the entire process? Is it too long? Are there some things that you'd rather have cut out? Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
Come and get your headphones?
No.
Okay. Okay. Bye now. Don't come back in here. I'm recording. Sorry, guys. I thought about editing that out, but I'll just leave it. So I haven't mastered a flat wash yet. Actually, I haven't mastered a lot of things yet. In fact, you'll see a mistake that I'm about to do here in a second with the hand, and I decided to also leave that in the video because I wanted you guys to see that artists make mistakes and we have to try and work around those. So you'll see me have a mini freak out and then I gather myself again and try and fix it. I didn't fix it the best way. It's not great, but it's not bad, and so I'm not terribly upset with how it turned out in the end. I will have to say though, some footage did get lost in the process of me recording and stopping and recording and transferring files over. Some did get lost, so if anything does pop up out of the norm and you're like, I didn't see her do that, that's what happened. Just some lost files. And here's me being impatient, not letting the dress dry first before I put the darker colors down, but I work with it. You know, sometimes as artists we get impatient. We're not the best. Well, there are some people who are the best, but I'm not gonna say any names. Anyways, there are some people who just don't want to wait. I'm one of those people. With the gold, I thought, you know, it could be used to be magical. So I used it to show him coming out, trying to make him look more magical and reflective of the whole situation happening. I thought there should be like a reflectiveness to the actual character. So I put the gold in her eyes, on her hair and hands, and along her body, so that you can tell that they are combined together in one. Like many artists that use watercolor, one of the best things is to jump from page to page, because things do have to dry. So you'll see me jump from cauldron to the eye, everywhere on my piece. Anyways, you're about to see the final piece, and you'll notice that it's really reflective, which I really love. It does give it a little bit of flair to the illustrations, and I really enjoy the little things. So I hope that I can find more ways to use these gold paints, because I really do enjoy how they come out. And I also use the reflective bits for the silver on my scarf. But anyways, like I said before, everything that was used in today's video will be listed in the description down below and on my WordPress. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next week.